Today we're going to be talking about daily commuting, this beauty right here in the Bay Area. Could you daily commute this? Should you daily commute this? Hey, I'm going to be doing a little bit of an experiment with this, and I'm going to go fill up the gas tank. I'm going to go commute somewhere in the Bay Area and see how much it takes to go one way, and to see if it's worth it for y'all to daily commute this car. Alright, resetting my MPG to 0. You see how many miles come in the gas tank, so that y'all can see my average miles per gallon on this 28 mile commute. So I changed it a little bit, hour 12 minutes. I did backtrack it a little bit too. So you see how to the upper blue line, the one that's highlighted, it goes a little bit further to the left. Well, that's going through the back roads, and I'm not willing to do that. What I'm going to do is go through that yellow line where it says Richmond and see how long that takes, and that's where the bulk of the traffic is at. So earlier I asked if you can daily commute a 2018 Mustang GT. Well, here are some of my opinions if you are considered daily commuting a 2018 Mustang GT. There are some things that I prioritize or would consider first is, comfort of the car. Like, can you sit here for multiple hours a day? That's if your commute's that long. Is there enough entertainment for you to be here to feel comfortable? So we'll start off with the entertainment. This car is equipped with like Apple CarPlay. That's if you have the screen or not. So if you have a premium Mustang GT, you automatically have Apple CarPlay. But if you have the base model and it comes with the buttons, you do not have Apple CarPlay, so keep that in mind. So this car has it. I'm entertained. I can control my music. I can read my messages, navigate, which is really nice. Also, the mechanical part of this car, the way that it sounds, the way that it feels while driving. Putting it in normal mode still feels sporty. Putting it in sport mode feels really heavy, and the comfort mode feels surprisingly really light. And then if you're into the aesthetics of the car, aesthetically this car looks amazing, feels amazing. And so, just enjoying all the curvature of the car, that's still, to me, really entertaining. This car, I've only had it for 2 months now. And then if you're into this, if you like getting attention, then you'll love driving this car every day, because you'll pretty much get attention from it every day. Someone wanting to race, or someone complimenting you, hey, what cool car, nice color, all that kind of stuff. You'll definitely be getting it every day. So that is my entertainment, comfort value, and qualities. As for the practicality of it depends on what you do. I don't require that much stuff to bring to work. At most, I'll have a computer bag, my backpack, and it's maybe one other thing. So that's only 3 pieces of luggages, and so I don't myself require a lot of space. I have enough room to have one more passenger in here, right? Comfortable, one more comfortable passenger, and maybe his or hers luggage. So in an ideal world, 2 people max would be able to feel comfortable in this car. If you're required to take more than 2 people, I would probably reconsider driving this car every day. If you have kids, or you're carpooling, or you do coffee runs or things like that. It's pretty inconvenient having to move your seat back and forth multiple times a day. Also, having to bend over so low and so far away, this also could be not the most comfortable position to be in. So if you're often using the back seat, I would think about daily driving this car. I drive a 6-speed manual, so some people might be wondering, how does it feel in traffic driving the manual? Well, it's actually not that bad, because in order for the car to go forward, you just have to let your foot off the clutch. It's super light clutch. So I feel like it's kind of effortless to make the car move, and that's why I think this car is a really good car to learn how to drive manual, because it's just let your foot off the clutch, it'll go. So the 6-speed manual in traffic, not bad. Other things to consider in terms of practicality is how big this vehicle actually is. It may not feel that big when you're looking at it from the outside, but once you're inside, it's like, wow, man, this hood is like pretty long. I can't see the end of the car. You know, I can't see the back of the car. You know, so just keep in mind that this car requires a lot of space. This car has surprisingly large trunk space. It has more than what I need for sure. In terms of visibility, you are able to, you know, like feel comfortable in daily driving this car. Another thing to consider is just maintenance and cost, right? So depending if you have the performance pack or not, you might pay more or less for maintenance. For example, my car has the performance pack, so I'm wearing out my brakes faster, or the suspension might cause my ride to feel differently than a non-performance pack. So just keep that in mind, that there is other variables that changes the experience of driving this car in traffic. It took me a while for me to get used to braking with the car. I've always felt like I was like stomping on the brakes, or I stopped all of a sudden, and that could cause an uncomfortable ride, right? So just, keep that in mind, that because you have better braking performance, you will probably stop more all of a sudden. And I still do that too, you know, you get used to it, but you still make some pretty gnarly stops. So let's say if you commute 30 miles each way, just be mindful of the mileage they're putting into the car. The guys at the dealership in the maintenance department, they told me, hey, like, bring it back every 7,500 miles or 6 months for maintenance, you know, which I thought was like, wow, that's a lot of miles, you know, use the synthetic oil. But anyways, just if you feel like you're going to reach that number pretty quick, just understand that you are going to be paying more for maintenance. You also would have to consider, with the performance pack, you do have a different set of tires. So if you wear out these sets of tires, you know, from driving a, you know, high mileage commute, then you are going to have to replace them a lot quicker. But tires are not cheap, especially for this car. They're not going to be cheap. Gas mileage that you're getting out of the vehicle. If you own one of these cars, I hope you are one of those people that don't care about gas mileage, or it's not at the top of your priority list in terms of driving experience, because the gas mileage of this car is that of, gosh, like a truck, you know. And the thing about this tank that got to me was, you don't go very far in this tank. Y'all seen it, you know, 289 miles. And you're averaging, I don't know, I've been averaging around like 19 at best, city and highway. So you just kind of have to either let that go or have a short commute, I think. It depends on how you feel about your commute. If you just want to have an awesome driving experience every time you drive a vehicle, you should be commuting this car, I think. Because it's always an experience driving this car. Yo, finally made it. So you might be curious as to why I'm here at Phoenix Games, but it's because I love playing fighting games, and Street Fighter is like the main game that I play. And every week, Phoenix Games hosts a tournament on Tuesday. It's called It Was Tuesday. So I come here as much as I can, as often as I can, and you know, I enjoy playing games and making friends and playing with friends. So to answer everyone's question, can you daily commute the Mustang GT? Of course it can. The total was $6.60. Times that by 2 for 2 ways, $12 a day. Times that by 5, it's $60 a week. Times that by 5 again, it's $300 a month. Can you do it? Of course. Should you? I wouldn't. That's why I drive a daily car. I use this video to introduce a little bit of a different side of myself. So I love playing video games and playing competitive fighting games. So I'm using this opportunity to introduce y'all to that. So I'm going to start emphasizing the more of the I part of the channel of the S550 Ni. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below what you guys believe I bought as the next mods for my S550. And it was a birthday gift to myself. Keep that in mind. Remember to follow my Instagram page at the_S550_and_I. Or if you just type it normally with spaces, it should be the first one, the S550 and I. So thank you for watching. Peace.